from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Friday, June 17th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. A New Jersey police officer is facing a list of charges after hitting several cars in Hazleton on Thursday. 45-year-old William McCarthy III of Great Meadows, New Jersey, is an officer with the Washington Township Police Department in Morris County, New Jersey. Police got several calls about someone driving erratically and hitting several cars, both parked and moving, just before 4 o'clock Thursday afternoon. They stopped McCarthy at 15th and Locust Street. His SUV had heavy front-end damage, the result of hitting several cars. McCarthy was charged with driving under the influence, resisting arrest, and several other counts. A deadly fire in Pottsville this morning. 58-year-old Joan Marie Wallace was pronounced dead around 9:30 this morning after flames ripped through her home at 719 North Center Street. All 7 fire companies responded to the scene just after 8 a.m. and the fire was knocked down just after 15 minutes. No cause for the fire yet. However, a state police fire marshal said there were oxygen canisters in the house that had exploded. 7 individuals are facing drug charges in connection with yesterday's drug bust in Hazleton. Pennsylvania Attorney General Kathleen Kane's office released the names and photos of those charged with distributing significant quantities of heroin, crack cocaine, and fentanyl in Hazleton out of a home in the 100 block of East Birch Street. These arrests are the result of a 2-month investigation conducted by the Attorney General's Luzerne County Drug Task Force and local law enforcement. Confidential informants were also used in the investigation to make several controlled purchases. Kathleen Kane said, quote, "We have seen many times the damage that can be caused by fentanyl and fentanyl-laced heroin. This was yet another example of the great work being done by the Luzerne County Drug Task Force," unquote. Police say Kevin Brown and Harold Murray were the ones who, quote, "ran the show." Bail for Johnson, Brown, and McCoy was set at $250,000. Davian Murray's bail was set at $100,000. The juveniles were released to the custody of his mother. Individuals who have witnessed a drug deal in their neighborhood or suspect illegal drug activity where they live or work can send an anonymous tip to the Office of the Attorney General by texting PA Drugs plus your tip to 847-411. A man from McAdoo is wanted by borough police on a slew of drug-related charges. 34-year-old Robert M. Wills is facing felony charges of possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance and charges of possession of a controlled substance and drug paraphernalia. According to police, state parole agents called the McAdoo police back on June 1st as they searched for Wills. Inside his home, agents allegedly found 2 locked safes and a metal grinder containing a leafy plant. Wills refused to return to the residence upon the agent's request. The next day, after obtaining a search warrant, officers found 22 grams of suspected meth, 46 small plastic bags, digital scales, and other related items. Anyone with information on Wills' whereabouts is asked to call police immediately. Someone robbed the Dollar General on Cary Avenue in Hanover Township last night. It happened around 6:30. Police say a man walked in, took money from the cash register, and took off. He left the scene in a gold Pontiac driven by someone else. The thief is described as a black male who was wearing a black shirt and a white hat. You can see his picture there. If you recognize him, you're asked to contact Hanover Township Police at 570-825-1254. More details tonight on that stabbing at Sherman Hills in Wilkes-Barre on Thursday. City police have not identified the victim, but says that he's a 20-year-old male who suffered multiple stab wounds, but none of which were apparently all that serious. His attacker was a woman he knew, and both are known to law enforcement. The victim was taken to the hospital for treatment. No charges have been filed yet, though city police say they will be. A Whitehaven man is behind bars tonight at the Carbon County Prison facing rape charges related to allegedly having sex with a 14-year-old girl over the course of 8 months. 58-year-old Paul Weaver is facing felony charges of rape, statutory sexual assault, involuntary deviant sexual intercourse, sexual assault, endangering the welfare of a child, and related counts. Police say the incidents took place between August of 2015 and April of 2016. Bail was set at $100,000 straight cash. From Orlando to Florida to Hazleton, Pennsylvania, many are holding vigils to show their respect for the victims of the shootings. Many have shown their respect for the victims of the shootings at Pulse nightclub that happened in Orlando, Florida on Sunday, including President Obama and Vice President Joe Biden. The two spent the day in Orlando yesterday meeting with survivors, victims, and first responders. The Hazleton community is also showing their respect this weekend. Jocelyn Strenchak is organizing a vigil service tomorrow.
So I can't really take credit for it. It was something that was born, within the members of our community. We had a bunch of people reach out to Hazleton Power and myself privately, and a few people reach out to the mayor and say, hey, I'd really like to see something like this in our area. It's something, I feel strongly about. So after a few days of those requests, we decided to put something together.
Strenchak explains what will exactly be happening at the vigil.
We're going to have the general, candlelight vigil ceremony like everybody expects. We will also be displaying on a slideshow the victims of the shooting that will be projected. I'm also encouraging people, this is a very serious thing that we're all having to process. It's not just mourning the loss of someone we love. It's trying to get past personally a hate crime, really is what it comes down to. And whatever you need to do to process that, whatever you need to do to come to terms with how one person can hold so much hate in their heart, whether you need to sing a song or write a piece of poetry or bring flowers or pray, whatever it is you need to do, show up, do it in a kind manner, and we're happy to have you.
The service will take place tomorrow at Center City Park, located on the corner of Broad and Laurel Streets in Hazleton, from 8 until 9:30 p.m. It's that time of year again for a big party on the south side. This weekend is the 4th annual McAdoo Fire Company Bazaar. The bazaar will have the North of 40 band tonight and Tommy Gunn's band country tomorrow. There will be a course of tricky trays, refreshments, kids games, and of course, a lot of great food.
Bushki, pierogies, potato cakes, pizza, steak and cheese hoagies, chicken cheese steaks, hoagies, sausage and pepper hoagies, bean soup, chicken wings, french fries, fried pierogies, chicken fingers, and pizza. Apple pies and apple dumplings.
The bazaar is ticket-based, and the fire company will have tents for people to sit under and eat. The bazaar runs tonight until 11 and tomorrow from noon until 11 p.m. Time now for our first look at our forecast. The rain has finally passed, and it looks like we can expect sunshine all weekend. But what do those temperatures look like for our area? Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with the details. Joe?
Yeah, that's right. The rain is all over across our area. That's the good news. We start to dry things out. We start to crank up those temperatures. And overall, looks like it should be a pretty nice weekend heading in our direction. How nice, you might ask? Complete 7-day forecast will be coming at you in just a little bit. Ann?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, the most famous Clydesdales in the country made a special stop in West Hazleton during a promotional tour, and WYLN was there for all the excitement. Plus, a special American Cancer Society event is taking place to celebrate cancer survivors. More news, weather, and sports is coming your way only on WYLN.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, weather with meteorologist Joe Garbacik, and sports with Eric DeBerardinis.
There's plenty going on in McAdoo this June. June 16th, 17th, and 18th, the McAdoo Fire Company will host their annual bazaar with music every night. And on June 25th, it's the 113th annual 6-County Firemen's Parade hosted by the McAdoo Fire Company. Parade starts at 2 p.m. and at 6 p.m. the trophies will be awarded. The McAdoo Fire Company Annual Bazaar, June 16th, 17th, and 18th, and the 113th annual 6-County Firemen's Parade, June 25th.
Visit the Luzerne County Convention and Visitors Bureau website at tourinapa.com for the listings of the many events you will find in Luzerne County. From wine festivals, hill climbs, tomato and kielbasa festivals, you will find it all in Luzerne County. Luzerne County was named the best outdoors destination in Pennsylvania by the official Best in PA website. The Luzerne County Convention and Visitors Bureau will help you relax, relive history, and marvel at the area's stunning natural beauty. Luzerne County, you'll find it right here in Northeast PA.
You deserve to look your best.
A special parade took place in West Hazelton this afternoon featuring some well-known horses. That is, if you know the Budweiser commercials. WYLN's Abby Piskel has the details.
Crowds gathered today in West Hazelton to see the Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Clydesdales come through the borough, stopping at 8 different locations to present them with their own special case of Budweiser. A promotional tour for the Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Clydesdale team brought them to West Hazelton. The team started at West Hazelton Elementary Middle School and made additional stops through the borough, including the West Hazelton Fire Department.
Today we were contacted at our borough meeting about the Clydesdales coming for a visit to the borough. It's a 1 in every 10-year chance that this team selected to visit an area. It's been over 20 years since they've been in this locale, and talking with the Anheuser rep, DePasquale, he got the chance of getting them here, and I'm real excited because I haven't seen these horses since I was 8 years old.
Bystanders were excited to see the Clydesdales, bringing them back to earlier memories of seeing them before or for having the thrill of seeing them for the first time.
It was very exciting, and because I'm almost 77, I can't tell you where I saw them. In our history, it's probably around Atlanta, Georgia, somewhere. And they're just strikingly beautiful. They were extremely calm the day we saw them. They loved the crowds, and they're just massive, beautiful animals, and we love them.
I am so thrilled to be here to see some of God's most magnificent creatures. When they have the commercials on TV, I usually run away from the TV except when it's the Clydesdale and the Budweiser commercials. I can't wait for the holidays just to see them. They're just so special. And I'm just amazed at the size and the work these people must do to get these teams ready, and they travel all over the country.
Owner of the beer stop, Alan Genetti, was excited to be chosen as one of the stopping points and proudly accepted his special case of Budweiser.
Oh, we're extremely excited about this. The Budweiser horses, to the best of our knowledge, have never been to West Hazelton before. About 15 to 20 years ago, I guess they were in Hazelton, but this is the first time West Hazelton is a stop. So we're just thrilled. We got at least 150 people out here ready to watch the horses, so everybody's very excited about it.
This event hasn't happened in the local area for 20 years, making it a day to remember. In West Hazelton, for WYLN News, I'm Abby Piskel.
Thank you, Abby. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbaczyk is back with a full look at our forecast, plus a look at a special picnic by the American Cancer Society of Greater Hazelton. All that and more, including sports, is coming up here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
Valley Scoops and More in Stewart's on Route 93 in the Cunningham Valley is your destination for tasty foods, delicious ice cream, and great family fun. With Stewart's now offering a variety of quality hot foods and Scoops offering 30 flavors of quality Lyde's ice cream, shakes, flurries, sundaes, and more, you're sure to leave satisfied without blowing the family budget. For fun, we offer a beautiful 18-hole mini golf course and climate-controlled indoor seating with arcade games. Visit us for fun and food and, of course, ice cream.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Well, definitely a nice way to end our work week across our area. We got a lot of sunshine. We don't have to worry about any precipitation. We continue to dry out from the rain that we had earlier in the week. And those temperatures are pretty nice. They were nice today with some warmth, and they're even going to get better as we progress through the next several days. In fact, we're going to be looking at a lot of sunshine heading in our direction, especially as we head into this upcoming weekend. And before all is said and done, I think some areas have a shot of getting into the mid to upper 80s. But right now, as I stand outside, it's very comfortable in terms of temperatures and humidity levels continuing to be on the low side. And those temperatures are feeling pretty good. Here's a look at the numbers for you. And we're just about at 80 degrees, but the big tale to tell is that dew point number, notice it's only in the 40s. And literally, when you have those numbers in the 40s this time of year, you don't get them that many. You don't get many of those days, but when you have them only in the 40s, you walk outside, literally there's no humidity whatsoever. So it can still be in the mid to upper 80s to near 90 degrees, and you have those low dew points. It's still not bad when you actually walk outside. It does make it feel pretty good. And in terms of any rainfall, we've not seen any since the midnight hour. How did we do temperature-wise for the day? 79, and it was a mild 58 to our early morning start. And again, winds have not been much of a factor. We only got a wind gust of about 14 miles per hour. Throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, sunshine no matter wherever you go. 84 Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport, 85 in Williamsport, 84 in Selinsgrove, 80 degrees in Philadelphia, even out in the west. Temperatures upper 70s to lower 80s. And like I said, winds really have not been much of a factor. I showed you that wind gust here. These are general winds across the area, 5-10 miles per hour. That pretty much is about it. So here's what we can expect the next couple of days, and if you happen to be traveling anywhere this entire weekend from the shore to New Jersey or down through Delaware, you know what, it's going to be picture perfect. Temperatures will continue to be in the 80s, a lot of sunshine. It does look nice locally closer to home. Lots of sunshine for tomorrow here, about 78. Mostly sunny for Sunday, about 82 degrees, and then 82 as we go into Monday. And then showers and thunderstorms looking like we'll have on Tuesday, but still in the 80s. And then once that system passes, it brings in some cooler weather as we start going into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. Stick around. We'll have a lot more for you coming up after these commercial messages.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Welcome back to WYLN. I'm Abby Piskel, and I'm joined here with Pat and Jane, members of the American Cancer Society, here to talk to us today about one of their long-standing programs, the Road to Recovery. Pat, can you tell me a little bit about that and what it is?
Road to Recovery is a free program from the American Cancer Society, and it provides rides for patients who are currently undergoing treatment and need to be able to get to and from their treatment centers. We really need some volunteer drivers for this program. You need to have a valid driver's license, proof of insurance, have a background check, go in for a brief orientation program. Most of the time, people's treatment time could be Monday through Friday, roughly 8 a.m. through 5 p.m. Although we certainly are open to anyone who's interested in being a driver to accommodate whatever their schedule is. Sometimes we may have a driver who can drive anytime and they're willing to go out of the greater Hazleton area, because some of our patients do need to go away from the area, and that's great. We certainly need you. But if you're sitting there thinking, well, gee, I only have a Thursday and I don't want to drive outside of greater Hazleton, we can certainly use you too, because our patients across the board need help for whatever. If you are interested, we'd like you to call 570-459-1212. And I would ask you, if you have some free time and you're thinking, gee, what could I do? You know, how can I help? Just think about this cancer patient who needs to get to treatment and how much stress it is on them if they're saying, I don't know how I'm going to get there, because a lot of times they may be too sick to drive, they don't have someone who could take them, and of course, what's going to happen to them if they can't get to their treatment. So really give it some thought, and if you want more information, just give us a call. We need your help.
Thank you, Pat.
Thank you.
In addition to the Road to Recovery, the American Cancer Society also has a Survivors Picnic. Jane, can you tell me a little bit about the Survivor Picnic?
Absolutely. We're holding it in conjunction with the Cancer Treatment Center of Hazleton. It's our second annual Cancer Survivor Picnic. It will be on Wednesday, June 22nd, 5 to 8 p.m. at the Cancer Treatment Center, which is at 1701 East Broad Street in Hazleton. Lots of good food, lots of entertainment, tricky trays, 50-50, raffles, all sorts of good, exciting things. We have face painting, we have snow cones, cotton candy, and the food will be picnic style. It's going to be hot dogs, hamburgers, corn on the cob, and you need to make a reservation very quickly because it's filling up fast. So if you'd like to come to our Survivor Picnic, please call the Cancer Treatment Center, 570-459-3460.
And again, the American Cancer Society has their Survivors Picnic on Wednesday, June 22nd from 5 to 8 at the Cancer Treatment Center. Stay tuned. More news is coming your way here on WYLN.
If you're not in danger and you see a crime, text 274-637, 274-637, 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. Text 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. No one will know your identity.
Now helping to solve or prevent the crime is just a text away. Text my tips to the word crimes and let the law help you.
As the Golden State Warriors are learning, it's hard to go back-to-back. Much harder than Drake makes it sound. Thursday, Holy Redeemer softball aiming for repeat state championships against a stellar opponent from Western Pennsylvania. They just have to wait through a 2.5-hour rain delay. Finally, clear skies on the campus of Penn State. AA title game, Lady Royals versus Montauk, who entered without allowing a run in 11 straight games. But honestly, who cares? Top one, Morgan Bienkowski with the leadoff base knock. All the confidence they need. Forget that previous stat. Redeemer scores on the Montauk error. Then, with the bases juiced, Abby Shorts walks it out. 2-0. And to borrow a line from Mobb Deep, Warriors, they shook. Doesn't stop there. Megan Armstrong, a dart to left. Another error, and that Royals color scheme just keeps crossing the plate. Bases go from full to empty. The outlook does not. 5-0 Holy Redeemer after one. Montauk eventually gets on the board, but they never truly threaten. Meanwhile, it's the Royals able to score in so many different ways. And we go to an out away from another ring, and that will do it. 9-3 the final. Holy Redeemer back-to-back state champs, a team that won and had fun along the way.
They're losing, they're smiling. You know, we try to keep the game fun for them. If I'm gonna, be the dictator coach and, keep everything stern, when they get down, it's gonna be harder for me to get them back up. So as long as they're having fun, they're gonna play the game well.
I think we just don't give up and we don't get down on ourselves. We just don't. I love softball. I'm probably the one on the team that jokes around the most, but Jerry gets mad at me sometimes, but I have a great time, and that's what it's about.
We're one of the few teams to act as a family, and that's hard to get, but we have it. We just gel.
What's fair is fair. 2 months after opening all fall and winter sports coaching positions, Hazleton area will recommend to do the same for spring sports. During a committee meeting on June 21st, board members will recommend for positions to be open during June 29th's school board meeting. Many community members spoke out against the move during April's meeting, but the board ultimately voted 6-3 in favor of opening the positions. Coaches were allowed to reapply for their positions, and all were rehired except for cheerleading and girls tennis spots that will also be discussed at the next meeting. It has been a whirlwind week for former Hazleton area pitcher Tony Hernandez, who yesterday signed with the New York Yankees organization a few days after being drafted. WILN Sports' John Eric Poli spoke with a new pro yesterday.
Tony Hernandez didn't just get drafted to play professional baseball, but he was drafted by the New York Yankees, which is perhaps the most famous franchise in all of sports.
Just to get drafted in general, it's a huge accomplishment, and just the simple fact that I got drafted by the one and only the New York Yankees, it makes it even that much better. It's like the cherry on top of the ice cream sundae, pretty much.
Hernandez had a great season for Monroe Junior College and had the option to play Division I baseball, but instead opted to go pro.
I could have went another year to school at the University of Pittsburgh, where I was committed to go next fall, but after talking to a few of my coaches and sitting down with my family, we all felt and we all believed that, I was ready to take the next step in my baseball career and become a professional.
Former Hazleton area standout Russ Kanzler and Crestwood great Matt Witherspoon are the only two Wyoming Valley Conference athletes to play professional baseball at PNC Field. Hernandez knows he'll have to work hard to be number 3.
To be number 3, I'm just going to have to continue working hard, continue doing what I've always been doing, which is, working hard and believing in myself. As a ball player and as a person, I believe I got the talent. I just got to, continue developing as a ball player, and I think hopefully in a few years I'll be up there.
For WILN Sports, I'm John Eric Poli.
LeBron James is good at basketball. We can't show you the highlights, but that's basically what you need to know. Sorry, Ann. The Cavaliers last night win in convincing fashion to force a Game 7, and Steph Curry comments on that epic mouthguard toss, which earned an ejection, and the mouthguard toss that was heard around the world.
It was just frustration, and also kind of, like you said, I thought it was kind of hilarious the way the last 2 fouls and me blowing up kind of unfolded.
So, the decisive Game 7 set for Sunday night at 8 o'clock in Oakland. But next, Joe Garbacik is in with a final look at the forecast. Stay tuned.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicapped accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget, restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
Well, it does look nice over the next several days going into the weekend. Hey, it looks splendid across our region. We got temperatures in the 70s getting up into the 80s. Many areas will be in the mid to upper 80s as we go into this upcoming weekend and early next week. Even Monday looking pretty good. Tuesday, though, is going to be the next chance of seeing some showers and thunderstorms coming in our direction. But still, at that point in time, despite some of that rain, it's going to be in the 80s across our area. And then after that, well, we get a little bit cooler, cools things down a little bit with temperatures generally in the 70s, but still looking pretty nice over the next several days and looking like a very nice looking weekend. No complaints.
All right, that looks good. And crazy game last night for those NBA finals, and I'm sure everybody will be tuning in this weekend for Game 7, but thanks for the apology.
No problem. I'm sorry. I got a little carried away.
Hey, what can you do? I think somebody else got a little carried away last night, too,
Yes.
so it doesn't really matter. But what does matter is that congratulations are in order. You were at the big game in State College yesterday. Pretty exciting for those girls.
Waited
once
a little
again.
while, worth the wait though, after a 2.5-hour rain delay. Holy Redeemer, back-to-back state champions, and it's early, but they could do it again next year. A very young team, so congratulations to the Lady Royals.
And it's really nice to see, of course, when it's a whole state championship, to have one right here in our area. So once again, congratulations, girls, and like we always say, congratulations to all those other teams out there that played their heart out. Well, as Joe, you saw, pretty nice weekend.
Wraps it up, yeah.
So we hope you
Right.
all can enjoy a nice weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday.